You know what? And that comes from my sexology business partner, Elizabeth. I'm
Okay.
not exactly sure where that came from, but from somewhere in the sex world. And, we're, to be clear, we're in the medical sex world, which is
Yes.
weensy, weensy, weensy. She's in
Yes.
the alternative sex world, which is much bigger, much more open, much more interested in looking at things, but not being bound to having the research, quite
Yeah,
frankly,
to back. Hmm.
to back that up. They're all over the G spot. They're all over all of these different pieces of arousal. So I'm not really sure where that came from. But if you go back to the G spot, when I was in Dubai, there was some bigwig physician from LA, I think, speaking about I can't even remember what his topic was, but he made some reference to the G spot, or no, some reference. Oh, I know, he was mapping sexual genital areas, arousable areas throughout the vulva, and one of them was inside the vagina on the anterior wall, on the top, on the roof. And he went on and on, and he didn't really say anything about it. But me, I stand up and I have my model with me, and I said, do you have any thoughts? I know in the medical world we don't talk about the G spot because there's no medical evidence other than a very small study that Irwin Goldstein did. There's really no evidence that women have a female prostate and the G spot. They kind of go together. But I said, do you think if you look at this model and you see how this vestibular tissue comes down and sits right on top of the urethra, that this might be responsible for that anterior wall sensitivity? And he said, He said, we need to talk. I said, yeah, let's chat about anatomy. So I mean, this is somebody who's actually he's doing a lot of transgender stuff, which is a great place to be, and he's a really great guy, and he's doing all sorts of things. But it's really fun to talk to somebody about that, even about the full anatomy, because I just don't think they know. So arousal. This was all about arousal, and I got way off track.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
I bring it up only because years ago I trained with a urogynecologist, a male physician, and he was explaining that some of the work that he had done literally indicated that the left side internal G spot area was more sensitive, 60% more sensitive than the right side.
Interesting.
They didn't really know why, but they were, and so that's why this whole
That's
FemFit
fascinating.
thing that you're talking to me about with the sensors and all of that just kind of fascinated me when you brought it up, because I thought, oh, that's really interesting that they had already noted that there was this higher sensitivity. Okay, where did that come from? Maybe
Right.
we don't know because we haven't
Right.
researched it enough yet, but now we might be able to have tools to research, because we, like you said, we work in the medical field. We want medical data to sort of back
We
up,
do. We absolutely
because
do.
because that helps push and educate and train us in a much better way, so that we have greater understanding, that when we're teaching that we can really share in that way. So that's very interesting to me.
Yeah.
I want to bring up something to you that's a topic. You kind of talked about this sexual mapping and that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When you do some of the sexual work that you do with people, because I know you do a lot of, work with couples or people
Mm-hmm.
who are working through their own sexual health, talk about sexual mapping and like what that actually means, so people understand that.